gentlemen, what's going on? What up? Y'all make some noise, man. Act like y'all know what's
people?
going on.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Darren.
Well, yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it. I appreciate it.
Nigga, I'm glad you back. They was
First of all-
killing me. Oh my
First of
God.
all, hello everybody. Welcome back to Loft Talks. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, share, follow, do all the good stuff.
right.
Shout out to Mob Hookah. They've actually been the hookah for since we started,
Yeah,
man.
since
So
we
shout
started.
out to you, Mob Hookah. And I'm actually wearing a pair of Johnny Fly sunglasses. I want to shout out.
Me too.
My
They
good
got the
friend.
regular reading glasses, you know.
Ooh, okay.
You can get a prescription.
Shout
and
out
all
to
that.
you, Johnny Fly Company. But yeah, it's Loft Talks. I'm Ray Singleton. We got Rudy, Drew, and Darren. Thank you for being here. Again, if you haven't seen any of the other episodes, please go back and watch. But we are here to talk about, I believe, fatherhood, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're talking about fatherhood, being a dad,
Yeah.
or relationships with dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relationships with dad. What's yours, Darren?
It's an interesting situation nonetheless.
Yeah, I got you. Just pass the mic.
My relationship with my dad is not unique, but we have one, but it's not the greatest. Like I know who he is. I
Okay.
know where he lives. Was he absent? Mostly. But I've learned a lot of things.
Like from the jump, absent?
Well, he was there. Like, actually, it's kind of weird to describe because
Okay.
he literally lived less than a half a mile away from my house.
Yeah, he was saying that too.
I mean, he's the father of my brother and my sister. But yeah, he didn't live far. My mom kind of did a lot of things on her own. He kind of, lived his own life.
Yeah.
My mom wanted to make sure that we had that father figure, but I don't think he was ready to be that at the time. And he played a role in my sister, and with myself.
As a child, you knew he lived half a mile down?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a unique kind of a unique situation because of the fact he lived that close.
Yeah.
But I didn't see him all the time.
Wow.
Like really at all. But I do know who he is.
Wow. Drew?
From the start, my dad was always there.
Okay.
Even though I was raised by my grandparents, I'm closer to my grandparents. Well, were because they passed, but I was closer to my grandparents more than I was my regular parents. But my dad, he was in the picture. He was around. Growing up in the same city as where he's from and stuff, so you're looked at like, oh,
Junior.
that's your dad. Yeah. Even though I wasn't a junior, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only boy, and I was looked at like that. So he was he was very active in my life as a youngin',
Okay.
and coming up.
Okay.
I think, and I'm gonna be transparent, I think where it kind of, I don't want to say lacked, but kind of fell off, maybe was when, I want to say, around, like after I graduated like high school, and when I started to go to college, like I went to college in Atlanta, and that's when I was living with him. I didn't have to go on campus or anything, but I think once I quote unquote like became like a man, I think that's kind of where it kind of like, I don't know, like it wasn't there as much when I was a kid.
Okay.
Just
Was it
learning
more
things.
of like, okay, now I gave you what I got, you go do your thing?
Yeah, but I don't think that was the proper thing that he said. He never said that to me verbatim.
Gotcha.
But I could kind of tell by the actions that he was
Like
taking, like, yo, figure it out now.
Okay.
He was still there,
Okay.
but just not as much as when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
So they also say hindsight is 20/20. So looking back, why do you think he was doing that? Why do you think he treated, you know what I'm saying? Or
I don't even think it
how
was
do you
bad,
benefit?
but it wasn't like a bad treatment. I think it
Right.
was just a treatment of, he's a man now, he has to figure it out and figure out his own life. So,
Okay.
and then he was like in and out of marriages and all of that. So
Okay.
he was doing his own thing.
Yeah,
He got my sister, which is his dad too. So he was, a father to my sister too. But I think that's kind of like where I don't even want to say disconnect. It just changed a little bit. Like, and then now I got to focus on how to be a man and doing things on my own and all of that. But he had like small advice that he would give me every now and then. Like if I came to him or if I called him, he would always pick up. He wasn't absent or nothing, but it just seemed like the relationship kind of changed a little bit once I got in like my 20s. Then I was getting my own apartment, and then more girls was coming around, and just I don't even think me and my dad had that father talk. Like I don't even think we had the.
I don't think.
Did y'all dads ever get y'all the talk?
Yeah, I don't think any of us have that talk.
But that's what I'm saying.
I think my talk was don't get no girl pregnant. That was my talk.
My dad didn't even say that because he had me when
man.
he was 20. And once I passed 20, he ain't even look at me like, yo, you don't get no girl. Because I could be like, nigga, you had me. It's 20. Like, I'm 20-ish. Like, what are we talking about here? So I don't even think, we ain't even had that talk. I think, like I was saying before, just me growing up, all of my cousins, we just were just looking over each other. Even though some of our dads might have not been in our lives. We was always that father figure, big brother figure to each other. So we would learn off of all of our experiences. Like, damn, you ain't having sex with a condom with that chick? Oh, then nigga, like I ain't gonna do that. Like going to the clinic and all of that. Like, so we was figuring it out on our own. Like, and I don't like we never had that conversation. But I would say like it's still good though. Like me and my dad. So
Okay.
Well, that was kind of long-winded, but
Hey brother, it's love talk, sir. That's what we do.
Yep. So for me, you know, my dad's always been there, but I just feel as though he's been there, but we haven't had the father-son relationship, right?
Okay. Okay.
Because my dad was like one heck of a athlete, right? My dad was a star in football, basketball, and baseball.
Oh, word.
But his favorite sport was baseball, so he pushed me so hard to play baseball that was the only relationship that we had.
Yeah.
Financially, you know, just being there, being supportive. It was never a game that he missed or anything like that.
Okay.
It was always there, but to sit down and say, hey, let's have a talk, let's talk about stuff, we didn't have a relationship.
Yeah.
And it took a while for me to even like address a lot of stuff to him. Today we have a better relationship. Like I don't do anything like big purchases or whatever without like talking to him or my mom. But the relationship with my dad was, you know, it was hard and to understand. And we're still to this day peeling back a couple layers to understand like why you did certain things that you did with me, right?
Okay.
And why you couldn't say you love me,
Yeah.
right? Because I think
that's a big one right there.
and I think that's literally like me and my sister talked about this today. Is like I feel as though that's what kind of got me into that suicidal thought. It's just like
You just didn't hear it?
no, I didn't hear it enough, and it really, honestly, like I have to have this conversation with him. Still to this day, like I feel as though that's part of why I wanted to commit suicide, because the only way I could make him happy and please him was to play professional baseball. And if I didn't do that, I would never please him. And that was the pressure that was on me.
Oh wow.
Right? So I never really shared that with him, and honestly, you know, just having a conversation like I said with my sister today is something that we gonna have to sit down and have a conversation about. And it's not to, you know, the thing is, like, we have the opportunity now because, you know, my dad's still living and I want to have that conversation. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about raising me because I was your first child. You had to learn on the fly, right? So I don't want you to feel bad because we have a good relationship now, but I just truly want you to understand where I and my sister are coming from, right? So, that's...
Was it the same with your sister as far as his relationship?
Exactly the same. And to not to go into too much details about this, but you know, it was times where we were afraid of him.
You and your sister?
Absolutely.
Like from
like
physical harm, or like what were you
for me? Because I was bad when I was little.
Okay.
So
we know.
you only
barely young.
You only knew. All I knew was I used to get beat all the time, right? And now it's child abuse, but back then it was just like, you know,
correction.
And honestly, as I think on it now, like I truly understand But it would be times, dog, where my dad come home from work, bro,
Yeah.
like steaming hot.
And just take
And
his
we didn't
frustration.
do anything.
Yeah.
And he takes it out on us.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's the part that makes us afraid of him.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, it got to a point where, as
Because
Judy
that's
said,
unpredictable right there,
absolutely,
man.
you never know. But, you know, I said this to my mom, like, probably a week and a half ago. I was having a hard day at work.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, the one thing that I understand now, what my dad used to go through when he was younger, like having kids and coming home because you're frustrated at work,
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
And I don't even have kids. But I
Hindsight is
understand-
20/20, man.
Yeah. I understand moving forward, when it's time for me to bring a child into this world, I truly get you have to separate your work from your personal life.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you can't come home and be mad at your wife or your kids because they did nothing wrong.
Yeah, man.
All they want you to do is come home and love on them.
Yeah,
and that's
leave
it.
whatever
and
at
I
the
wasn't,
door,
and we
man.
weren't getting that.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's crazy now. My dad's kind of more mellow now, but it's a conversation that, you know, I just, like I said, I told my sister today, the four of us are gonna sit down and we're gonna talk. And it may make him feel some type of way, like we
Yeah.
backing him in a corner.
Yeah.
But no, this is what you need
Yeah,
to
we
listen
just
to.
gotta
And y'all grown now,
Yeah.
so y'all feel like y'all
Yep.
can have that convo.
Yep. But as a man, like, how does that hit your ego? Your
Yeah,
pride? We talk
yeah,
about that all
yeah,
the
it's
time.
delicate as well.
Yeah.
So-
Especially coming from his kids.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna think he
Yeah.
raised y'all wrong or just
and he
anything.
didn't.
Yeah.
My dad did the best he could do, and I'm so appreciative because I could be somewhere else.
Yeah,
And I
man.
am in a good place. He raised me to be the man that I am today.
Amen
And I
to
can't
that,
take
brother.
that away from him. But it's some things that I just don't agree with that was wrong, and you have to own that you were wrong. And the thing is, I said to my mom today, if he apologizes, man, that changes everything
Yeah.
for our relationship with him. Everything, in which I love him to death. Like, we have a relationship, but that changes a lot, especially with my sister. It changes a whole lot.
Just to hear that?
Just to hear that, just to apologize, that's gonna change a whole lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming down your street, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
And speak on too, because you performed for him too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's
my,
great, like the first time. Like,
No,
I'm gonna let you go.
that joint was crazy,
Yeah.
man. That joint was crazy, bro. My dad is a unique guy, man. So my dad actually had he had a son when he was 18 years old. So I have a half brother who's been in and out of jail. He was actually he went to jail when I was 13 years old, man.
He's still in there? Or?
He got out, and I think he's back in.
Oh,
It ain't really a lot of communication there. And then he got married to my mom. And my parents divorced when I was 11 years old. Then my dad got married like 2 years after that. But my relationship with him, like early on, he would take me to like the junkyard with him every Saturday morning. Like he gave me tools. Like every time we was at his crib, I had chores to do. I had to clean the bathroom. He taught me how to change a tire, stuff like that. I think my relationship with him got rocky when I witnessed a little bit of domestic abuse, and I just didn't understand why.
To your mom?
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yo, don't come on, man. That's my mom. You know what I'm saying?
How old was you when you witnessed?
I mean, so they got divorced when I was 11. I was probably 9 to 10 years old, man.
Yeah. Seeing that.
Yeah. So I didn't know that had damaged my relationship with him until I'm in grad school, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in grad school getting my counseling degree, and they say you got to go through counseling yourself, because the idea is you can't take anybody further than you've been yourself.
Yeah.
So, and I had never been to counseling before, so I go in there. I'm just talking, and we get to my dad, and I realized like just seeing that had kind of tarnished my relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't trust him as much, but I still respected him. You know,
Yeah. Still your dad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I hadn't said I love you to my dad until last week Sunday.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
And that's that's crazy.
yeah, bro.
Like,
And
like
he, like
ever?
Yeah, like, cause I mean, it wasn't that I didn't like.
Yeah, come on,
love
big
each
men.
other.
Like, come on, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But like, I couldn't remember the last time I told him I love him.
You had one of them things come out your eyes.
Yeah,
yeah.
man, yeah. So, and it was after the performance. It was after the performance, Juneteenth. I sent him some video footage, man. I was like, man, thank you so much for coming. He was like, man, I'm so proud of you. Love you. Bye. And And my dad, like, that nigga just got an iPhone. Like, like if he could have a flip phone right now, that nigga would have a flip phone right now. But he said, I'm so proud of you, man. You did great. Love you, bye. And, man, that thing broke me down, bro.
Yeah.
But it made
man.
me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Dang,
thing
boy.
broke me
Why do
down,
you
dog.
think it's tough for us to see that from our dads, or just to hear it? Do you think it's because?
Because it's foreign, man.
Yeah.
Very.
It's foreign. Like you're used to getting that emotional pull from a female.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about a male who's just been nothing but strong and masculine in your life, and now he opens up, man, I love you. Like, yo,
That vulnerability, that's that-
dog, when I
all
saw
that.
that motherfucker in the crowd, man,
Yeah.
dog, man.
Why? What do you think it took so long for him to come and see you? Because you've been performing for
a minute now.
for a minute.
But not in Charleston though.
Oh, so, okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
all
Like
right.
it's been in Rock Hill and Charlotte. After I came out to college, that's when stuff got crazy for me. So I always had little shows around Charlotte, and he worked all the time.
Okay,
dog.
all right.
Like he literally been with UPS 38 years, bro.
Okay.
38.
And he can retire whenever
Whenever.
Today.
My dad is he's so quiet, he's so low key, like he just
I
chill.
said that at the wedding.
He
I said
like
that.
he just
He
chill,
was- yeah.
bro.
You could just tell he's just a quiet to himself.
Man,
Yeah.
but so he had never seen me. Like I showed him videos. So again, he just got the iPhone like 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
so
So
he just
I'm
seen it
sending
all,
him
man.
videos and performances. Oh man, you sound good. And then I'm getting ready to go on America's Got Talent. Dog, man, I saw that in the crowd, man.
Let it all
Shoo, woo.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah,
That was tough.
I got a question though. Like we just heard Ray tell us, you know, he never heard his dad tell him, you know, I love you. What about you guys? Like, have you heard that? Is it foreign?
I hear it now because I'm older, and I think for me, my dad is proud of me that I'm not, like Rudy said, like he raised me well to the point where I'm not in the streets, on drugs,
Yeah.
in and out of jail. Like, I think
Yeah.
he's just proud of me because of that.
Yeah.
Like, where I'm from, bro, like, it's
Word.
bad, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
to the point where people that he went to high school with, drugs, just homeless, in and out of jail, still stuck. And I think people that I went to school with doing the same thing, just following the path. Like,
Right.
and I think he's just proud of me that I didn't go down that path and I made something for myself, whether it's me having a good job, a nice house,
Yeah.
good, a car, I'm
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
healthy.
yeah.
You know, I don't got drama coming around. So I think he's just happy that I'm that. And he tells me he loves me all the time, more often than now.
That's
when
good
we
stuff.
get off of the phone, because
good stuff.
he's going through like health stuff and all of that because he's getting older. But
How often you talk to him?
I try to talk to him at least once a week.
Okay.
Okay.
Before it
That's
wasn't.
about where I'm at right now.
Before it wasn't as much, and he lives in Atlanta, so
Okay.
it's not that far. But like once a week we talk.
When last time you seen him?
And that's the thing, I don't see him as much, and he's in Atlanta. So the last time I probably seen him, he came when I got my spot.
Okay.
When I just got my new spot, he
Okay.
came and seen that. I want to say maybe like last year or something like that, like 7 months ago, whatever. But he saw that, and from him walking into the spot,
Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, like I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
man.
proud of you, son.
Yeah, that's dope.
This is nice. Da da da. Like you
That's
did good
dope.
for yourself. Like, cause I'm from New Jersey. Like
Yeah,
I
man.
would have never thought I would have been living in Charlotte.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I would have thought I would have lived somewhere close up there. But,
Yeah, but
for me to come down here and do my own thing, he's proud of that.
Real
Yeah.
quick, think about how do you remember how old your dad was when he had you?
20.
20. You remember how old your dad was when he had you?
34.
21. My bad. My mom was 20. He was 21.
So just think about having kids, us having kids where we at,
Yeah.
and they produce this.
Think about where y'all was when
Yo,
y'all was
like,
20, 21.
what?
Yeah.
Do you think you could
Are
have a
you
kid
kidding
at that
me?
time?
No.
Crazy.
No.
And for him to have me
Bro.
and where I'm at now,
Bro.
I mean, I give him all the respect
All
for that.
respect.
Yo.
And like I literally every time, like just thinking about, and you hear these sad stories about kids not having some place to eat and all. Like I never had that
Yeah.
worry, bro.
I mean, I know the times is different now.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, but I never
still.
had that worry. But
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you think about the pressure that at 20 years old with
That's
a
a lot.
baby?
That's a lot of pressure.
I was completely out of control at 20.
I was a baby at 20.
Are you kidding me?
21. You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to figure it out.
Oh, so I
Bro.
give my parents so much praise and love. Mom, Dad, if you watching this, man, thank you so much
Absolutely.
for everything.
Absolutely.
I can
Real.
never say thank you enough, man.
If y'all want to have a mom episode, we gonna need some tissues.
yeah,
I'm gonna start crying in this motherfucker. You hear me? My mom. Oh my god, bro.
I'll be that.
Oh my god, bro.
Little mom episode.
We all mama's boys.
Yeah.
Like it's like
And
man.
Darren, to answer your question, like, I think that's the part for me that makes me emotional the most, bro.
Right.
Is because, this is a hard one to talk about.
Let's talk about it. Talk about
He
it.
never. That's what I think I struggle with the most. Is
Yeah, he
that
hadn't said that.
my dad has never said to me he's proud, right?
And we say it to you
and
as
I
friends.
Never hear it. I never hear it, right? And it took him a while even to say I love you.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older, he says it when we talk on the phone.
Yeah.
But to hear I'm proud, I think that's the part that makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
Like it's and the thing is, my relationship is completely different from the three of y'all's. My daddy, I stayed literally in the household and never heard that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Even all the success I've had on the baseball field,
Yeah.
never heard it. Right? So it's
Why do you know why you think that? Or Why do you think that?
and that's the conversation that I think me and him have to dig deep into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And the same thing, like I talk to my mom every single day on the phone. Like we talk about mom being a mama's boy. But my dad, he'll be there and I'll say, hey mom, tell daddy I said hey.
Yeah.
But it's never he pick up
Yeah,
the phone
yeah,
and
And
call
say
me.
it
I got
himself.
You know
gotta
what I'm saying?
rely the
Yeah.
message.
Like I have to call him. I have to
Yeah.
like, why do I have to reach out to you? And that's a part of. That's why I love that we have this conversation because when it's our turn to have kids,
Yeah.
we know what
Absolutely.
what the kids are, what they need.
And that was gonna be my next
Right.
thing. I think the stuff that we go through with our fathers, and it's all different, but it's still kind of in the same vein. I think it's gonna build. Whether it's bad, it could be better, but 9 times out of 10, it seems like it's a tiff or just something there to the point where we're like, yo, we're gonna raise our kids to appreciate us, and we're gonna do things for our children that we wish our dad would have did for us.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the little token that we can take from all of this.
Yeah.
And just having this conversation, like, yo, when we have kids, I think we're gonna do that for our children because we missed out on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And which, man, really what I was kind of listening to as you guys were going, considering both of your parents were in the house, like I would have never expected you to have that thought or that feeling about somebody.
And we
your
call that the
dad.
perfect family.
Like,
when the mom and your dad
would
together.
have never thought that you would have that.
You wouldn't think that.
Ray, I'm actually pretty excited for how that turned out with your dad.
Yeah.
Like that's great news, especially at this age because it's never too late.
Yeah.
Drew, same for you.
Yeah.
Like just the from the conversations that we've had, like the fact that you still have that. You talked to him just last week, or you talked to him
just
once a
shooting
week.
shit, whether
Like,
it's sports or whatever. We just talk.
those things are great.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite.
I know.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
Had my dad told me he loved me,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
Did he mean it? I wholeheartedly believe no.
Man.
Has he told me he's proud of me? Yes. Did I think he meant it? No. Why? Throughout my whole entire life, my mom has been the backbone to everything. But my mom, she had my brother at 18, my sister at 20, myself at 30.
Yeah.
So when you guys were saying like, what would you have? How would we react to having kids at this age? I think there's, it's a valid question.
Yeah.
But I also look at my dad as, you had two, and technically, when you really think about it, because I do have half siblings. There was my brother and my sister. I have 3 other half siblings. Then it's myself. I'm the baby of the family. So I look at that situation as like,
You had time.
Yeah. Many swings
You
at
had
that.
time to get it right.
like what?
Many swings.
What's happening?
Wow. Is it like that with all the kids?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All the relationships.
All of them.
Yeah. All of them.
Damn.
And I mean, it's like, granted, I can't necessarily. I want to blame him for a lot of things. I'm not going to because I just kind of realize it's really no point.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys, before, like we did have a conversation. It's probably been a little over a month ago, but it was probably one of the worst conversations I could have had.
Damn, with him?
With him, yeah.
Damn.
It was probably one of the worst conversations I could have had. And I think it all goes back to I always had this facade of like I knew who he is, I know what he's probably not gonna do, but I know my mom is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like when it came to sports, he was also an athlete. He played, basketball.
Yeah.
My brothers, heck of athletes.
Yeah.
Myself, I was an athlete as well.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
Like I did everything.
Yeah.
Did he ever come to one of my games? No.
Damn.
Never. But the bad part about it is like after a football game or after a basketball game or something like that, my mom would always had in her mind, like she knew it. Like I hated losing.
Yeah.
So if I was upset for a game or like a Friday night or something like that Saturday morning,
Yeah.
I don't really want to bother nobody. I know I got to go to practice. I got film.
Right,
like I'm
right,
ready
right.
to get it over with. But my mom's like, nah, you mad? I'm gonna take you to your dad's house. I didn't want to go to my dad's house, but she's gonna take me there. And I'd be upset because I'm still holding on to the game before. And he'll be like, it'll be alright. I don't know what you're mad for. What you mean you don't know why I'm mad? Like you play sports.
Yeah,
Right,
you
right,
understand?
right,
right.
And that's probably not the first thing you're supposed to say to your son when he just had a game.
Yeah.
But I turn it on a positive note, like I said, like with my brother who passed in 2019. Same things for him. My brother was a heck of a basketball player. I don't think my dad ever made it to one of his games either. Ever.
Do we know what his relationship like? What
He didn't know his dad. He did not know his dad.
God.
Now again, is that an excuse?
Yeah. Right.
No.
Right.
And the reason why I say that's not an excuse because that conversation that I said that I had with him that went terrible. In that conversation, he said, and like you said, hindsight is 20/20. He did say he was like, me not being there was probably one of the best things that I could have done for you.
That's a cop out though.
But it
what?
could, and
That's a
I
cop-out.
ain't defending him because I don't know him, right?
3 minutes, bro.
But you think about this, and we might have to do part 2. We think about this, right? What demons was he dealing with while he would say that? Like, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been that. Like, what is he dealing with internally to make him say that to
That's
you?
a lot of swings at bat, though,
yeah,
man.
and it is, and I agree. He had a lot of opportunities to get it right. The one thing that I would love for us to do, and I wish it was a way that we can make this happen, is for all 4 of us to have our dads sit in one room
Present.
and hear these conversations.
That would be fun.
Man.
That would be fun.
I gotta get the Hollywood cameras out
Yeah.
for that one. dog.
We had a room in here,
Next
so
week,
I might go next.
That'd be dope, man.
I think it would be very interesting just to hear their
Yeah, man.
perception
Oh,
because
man,
all of
that'd
them
be
come from
crazy.
different places
Yeah.
too.
Right.
That'd be crazy.
But that's something that I would love to just like sit down and have a conversation with all of them together, right, in one room. I wish we could make it happen.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Darren, what you think though?
Right. I can get my dad on the line.
Yeah.
Gotta send a kite in the sky.
Love talks,
so.
ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Listen, man, we're brothers. We love
Absolutely.
each other, man. We laugh at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We this is therapy, man.
Yeah. I love this
There's
shit.
obviously going
That's
to be
cool.
a part 2 to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you all so much. I really got to use the bathroom, so we go
We're
ahead.
going into part 2.
Yeah, until next time.
Yeah.